Okay, so I'm gonna cut Nick's hair to give you some ideas about how to do those haircuts at home. So you probably want to do a longer guard than you think you're gonna want because that gives you a lot more wiggle room. So I usually cut Nick with a 2, and then I come back down in here with a 1 to get all that stuff nice and short so he looks like a G. But you'd probably want to do like a 3 or a 4 kind of to get your blend lines out. So if you start in the back, look down a little. And so as you come up, you want to pull away from the head because then you're kind of already blending that area. If you just keep coming straight up, you're just making a really hard line to blend out. Hopefully whoever you're cutting is not as wiggly as who I'm cutting. You can look up, Nick. So I just go from the bottom up and I have my longest guard on, like the longest one that you want to use. And then I pull it away from his head, which you can't see me doing. Because if you want this stuff to look tighter in the sides, there's not necessarily a reason that extreme tightness needs to be up into this blend area. So take something longer and do the flick out as you reach this, and then it's just going to leave you a line that's going to be way easier to blend out because you see there's almost not even a line to blend out there. This looks sweet. I'm just going to do all the back and then I'll do a side. Then I come in with my shorter guard and I'm just going to get this stuff. But you still want to kind of flick out as you get there so that you don't just put in a line, a line, a line.
Chicken nugget.
Nick's got a wild hairline, so I got to come at his sideways and every which way. Got that from his dad.
That feels good.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
Feeling good, feeling good. And if it looks like the hair doesn't all just go straight down, you do have to come at it from a couple directions. Try to keep the different direction clipping low so that you can blend it out easier. So then you get, looks wild on this little screen. So then you kind of, you're shorter in through here. There's a little area here that then you're going to want to hit to blend. And then here. So to blend this kind of mid area, you want to take your clipper up to half if it has the capability. This little thing on the side that can move that comb up and down gives you a half. So like
Hello.
okay. So I did his bottom in a 1 and I did a 2 all the way up. Then I came in here with a 1. So the easy sneaky way to blend that is to then push my comb so that it gets longer. Trying to find the best way to show you that it gets longer. None of these ways. And then hit this basically with a 1.5. You could go, I wouldn't necessarily do a 1 at home if you don't cut hair. But so you'd probably want to go like a 3, then a 2. Then if you wanted to hit that 2.5 in the middle to blend that line out. This is like all the cheater way to do it. So then I just kind of go back over that mid stuff that looks like there could potentially be a line with my 1.5. And that's kind of the lazy blend. I would really normally do this all like clippers over comb, but obviously it's not what you want to do at home. Okay, so then the side, then Nick gets really itchy and he's going to get super squirmy. That's the fun part. Stop. Then on the sides, I mean, it's the same thing, but you do want to be real careful on the side that you don't, can you turn a little like this? That you don't get up too high, because then all of a sudden you're looking like a fool. Alright, bro. But it's that same technique where you pull out, where you pull away as you get to that blend line. You're kind of like scooping the hair off.
Tigers eat tigers. Meow.
Probably can only see my arm, huh?
Shatter's my assistant.
You're a weird little boy.
Chatter's gonna jump on my head.
Just look for it. And then, you know, get in these ears, pull this down, have the guy hold it down if you kind of need both hands. I put my thumb on it and then put the rest of my hand on their head, but definitely just have them hold it to make it easier. Okay, show your little side. You stop itchy? So then you see there's just like a little blend out to be done there. I'm going to hit him with a one there a little bit too, just because he likes to keep it extra tight, extra sexy.
Sexy David. You look sexy, Mom. Cheddar looks sexy.
I know.
Dad is sexy.
Okay, enough.
The world is sexy. Everything is sexy.
If you take this shorter guard behind the ear, you don't actually want to lay it like fully flat. It's actually kind of tipped up so that you don't run like a super short line here and start producing the white wall. Very sexy.
Very sexy.
At the top. The stuff's all buzzed up. So my best advice about cutting the top, don't take very much, because you can really disguise a lot of extra length up here a lot easier than down and through here. So if you want to take some length, start in the back, section up a little mohawk, and just kind of clip the ends. I'm going to cut more off of Nick's, obviously, but so you just want to take like a, I don't know, half-inch wide section, cut those tops off, then go right in front of that one, pick up the next section. So you should see, I don't think you're going to be able to see this, you should see the shorter hair that you already cut, and then there's this longer hair. So then cut the long hair to match the short hair. The one kind of caveat to that, as you go forward, this is where you get into Lloyd Christmas territory. So you're going to want to take less as you get here. So potentially, here, hit the sidebar. I'm going to do my hands this way. So you potentially even want to angle up a little as you cut there, or just as you're cutting, take less as you get to the front, because you could always take a little bit more off, but once you have fully made yourself Lloyd Christmas, that's where you're at. If you don't know who Lloyd Christmas is, turn the video off, go watch Dumb and Dumber. Don't talk to me until it's over. So then you come in right next to that little kind of mohawky that you just cut and pick up some of it, and then pick up the new hair and cut it all to match. If you're not cutting very much, which you shouldn't be cutting very much, hopefully, you can mess this up a little, and you can fix it with like a little styling. Just don't cut the front too short or too wild. So after I cut the middle, and then I cut the little, I'm going to call it a mohawk next to it, then I start cutting from that same middle down more like in a pie section. Here, turn your head. So that I come from that middle and I kind of cut down into what I want to blend. If this stuff is short enough and you just need to blend, you can come in with, no. You can come in with your comb, pull that stuff up and cut the long things away, or you can do this blend out with clippers. I'll do it with clippers in a sec. I just got to cut some of this wild Polish hair.
Stop.
Nick's hair is pretty short because obviously I cut Nick's hair all the time.
Power turning down. Mom's one's at 1%.
I do a ton of cutting over my comb, and I'm trying to remember that that is not how people that are at home are going to cut hair, but I can't break these habits. So you just kind of cut some of that stuff away. Nick's going to whine about how he's itchy. Then in the back, look this way, baby. Same, where you're just going to kind of, get your first section. All you can see is my arm. Get your first section, cut some away, and then match the other hair into it.
Cheddar's in the chair.
Is he? No, Cheddar's up there.
No,
Look at that. I can see him in the mirror. There's Cheddar in the mirror. Somewhere where he's not supposed to be. Shocker.
Even Cheddar he was on the chair for a second.
One sec. So then I can come back up to the top. And you can work one side, then the other side. I always work around, as a radius, because obviously I'm trying to be time efficient. But so you had your first mohawk, and then I'm making my second one next to that initial one to cut that length away. When I get close to the front, I'm taking less hair so I don't make my dude look ridiculous.
You look ridiculous.
Then I can start taking kind of more of downward sections to rid him of some of that length. Cheddar, really? I don't know what Cheddar just did, but I heard a bunch of stuff fall.
He doesn't sound okay.
I think he's stuck in a bag.
He can get out of a bag. Stupid cat.
Hey, we don't say stupid. All right, this kid's face is super cute. If the person that you're working on isn't this cute, don't feel bad about it. This is a 1 in a million child. Look at that. Look at that. Boom. Boom. All right, so to blend out these sides a little, if you want to do it with trimmers, hopefully you have trimmers and clippers. If not, you can go over these sides with clippers. It's just like a little tougher because they're wider. Nick, get your finger out of your nose.
Oh, I have a booger.
Stop. So you just take your comb,
Ooh.
lift that hair, so you're kind of, don't move your head, baby. So your comb is pointing up to their forehead, like up above their forehead. So it points at the back of their head up.
I wish they had hair in the head.
And then you can just come and pull that comb away a little bit, and just take off the stuff that looks out of place really long. You don't necessarily want to lay that comb perfectly flat and then buzz that stuff off, because then what you're going to have is a weird short line there. You can always go in with another half length guard. Like if this was a 3, you could come in with a 2.5 and try to just cheap blend that out too. Quit wiggling. Okay, so you can clean that stuff up. I'm just kind of condensing this because you'll either figure it out or you won't. And then what you're going to do around the ear, you can have them hold their ear down. You can hold it down. I usually hold it down, but then I got to hold Nick's head. So I'll have Nick hold it down. Nick. So they hold their ear down. Helps the most if you then put your other hand on top of their head so that you know if they're going to move. And you just kind of angle this. So you're only using the corner of the trimmer. And you say, Nick, don't move when you do it. So you're just using the corner of the trimmer. And I really suggest taking just a tiny, tiny bit and then seeing if you need to take more. Because crushing a white wall here, not a look anybody wants. Then when you're going to get this front corner, especially on men, that hair might be a little coarser because it's getting into a, beard hair there. But same thing, you're just going to take the corner and just push that corner kind of into that hair and take that away. When you want to do their sideburn, you just lay that flat. Don't move. You take that away. On Brandon, I then take my trimmers and do his ear because he grows hair on the outside of his ear. Foolish.
Foolish.
Then in the back, look down, buddy. You don't have to look that far down. Look up a little. Nice. Just gonna take it and just stamp out what you want. If you want it round or square or whatever. Don't go up too high. Just kind of take that stuff that looks like it doesn't belong to create a line. Put your feet down.
But my foot's asleep.
You can't keep moving. Now I gotta tell you not to move, and everybody just saw you. You're on national TV right now.
Joel TV?
No. And then you kind of can come up and get that stuff too. I mean, I feel like that area is fairly self-explanatory. Any guy who's ever gotten his hair cut before has an opinion about how that gets cut anyways. Some like it rounded, some like it squared. So obviously I'm going to tune him up on all the other sides. But, I mean, if you've mastered any of that, then you're good. Good luck. Say bye.
Bye.